Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with more breaking news.
Beep, 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 beep.
We recorded 3 hours before the Giannis trade happened. That episode still went up. Sorry if it stunk. Can't win them all. But we have different breaking news. We have a different trade to talk about this morning. A shocking one, if you will. 8 hours ago, roughly, there was a report that the Hornets were taking calls on LaMelo, not shopping him, but taking calls. So they were shopping him. People were inquiring about him, and they were like, we're open for business. LaMelo Ball is now a member of the Minnesota Timberwolves. We have just a hilarious backcourt with Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball. The streets of Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul will never be the same. LaMelo Ball, welcome to Minnesota.
We got a Georgia Bulldog and LaMelo Ball driving on the same streets.
It's not a good recipe. It's really not. It's a recipe for disaster on the streets.
Man.
But
the courts will be sick, though.
The backcourt's pretty fun. The rest of the roster, however, I have no idea how it's going to work out. But the Charlotte Hornets are trading star guard LaMelo Ball and Josh Green. People forget Mavericks legend Josh Green to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Naz Reid, a 2033 unprotected first-round pick, 3 first-round pick swaps, 28, 29, and 30, and 3 second-round picks, 29, 32, and 33. That's from Shams Charania. 2033 is not a real year. I don't know how old your son will be. My son will be 7 years old when that year happens, which seems fake. And my son hasn't been born yet. He's still got about a week and a half of bacon left to do.
Yeah, my son will be like maybe getting ready to start 6th grade.
Shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. Not a real year.
Not a
Doesn't
real year.
Exist.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. LaMelo Ball, Minnesota Timberwolf. Why are the Hornets doing this?
I don't know. The only thing I could think of is the long-term injury questions.
Okay.
And the contract. But we've kind of held to what I think is general NBA wisdom and maybe just contract wisdom in general. It's like they signed him to this giant extension. What was that? That was like 3 years ago now?
It's been a minute.
Yeah. And the value of that huge contract only goes down for him, up for the Hornets as the years go by. And the cap gets higher and all those different things. So that's the only thing I could think. And I mean, they know they have these 2 pretty exciting young players 3 if you count Musa, but Brandon Miller and Khan, and they just want to go all in on a reset. Naz will be a really good supporting player. I'm not so sure about his spot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess he's starting at center, and Musa's going to the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's really weird for them, and they're only getting 1 straight up first, and the 3 swaps
could be really entertaining.
Yeah. No, the 3 swaps are 28, 29, and 30.
Right. Which
are much sooner than 33.
This is
I feel like they kind of bungled it on the swaps.
I don't. I feel like this is very much a different version of the Giannis situation that we've been in the last 3 years.
Okay.
The last-ditch effort to keep Giannis and signing Dame, and it didn't work. And then Dame tears his Achilles, and then you wave and stretch him, and then the last-ditch effort to sign Miles Turner. I feel like we're a move away from being a move away from Ant asking out. This feels like the first out of the 2 big moves, the 2 big swings that the Timberwolves are going to use to keep Anthony Edwards. For the Hornets now, though, because I asked why the Hornets are doing this, I'm looking at this is from Yosi Gozlan. Or Goslin, I don't know how you pronounce his name. Mark Stein retweeted it. The Hornets' salary cap situation after trading LaMelo Ball and Josh Green for Naz Reid and picks, $75 million in room below the luxury tax line. Enough room to sign Kobe White, use the entirety of their $40.8 million trade exception, and a $15 million mid-level. So they can go all in on something or someone.
Or multiple someones, yeah.
Or multiple someones, right? If they can re-sign Kobe White and use the $40 million trade exception, they can get somebody good. I'm wondering, is this a Jaylen Brown situation?
How would they end up with Jaylen Brown?
They have the $40 million trade exception and the mid-level. So instead of signing Kobe White, maybe they use the $40 million trade exception plus a little bit and all these pick swaps that they just got and maybe some of their own picks. But I don't know why they would want Jaylen Brown because they kind of just don't need him. They kind of need the guard now.
Yeah, they need a point guard.
So now it's weird. Is it another question? Is it a Kyrie Irving situation?
That's maybe more feasible. So I'm not super up to date on trade exceptions and mid-levels and all those different things. My understanding was that opens up more cap space for you to use. Like it basically just negates that amount of space. So you're just saying they would trade for Jaylen Brown and then use that to make up for the salary?
So that trade exception, they can trade for someone up to $40 million, but they also have the $15 million mid level, which I don't understand how that works. So they can sign certain players up to $15 million on the open market and use that as a mid-level exception, but they also have the $40 million trade exception plus the cap room already. So they already had another $20 million. So they have like up to $60 million I think they could use either in free agency on a player or a trade, which would allow you to sign Jaylen Brown because he's under, or trade for him because he's under $6 million. So yeah, I don't know. Seems weird.
I just don't know what they'd be able to send to the Celtics to get him.
It's just a bunch of picks.
Well, I guess the Celtics are now under the apron, right? Because of all the offloading they did last year.
Maybe.
I can't remember. I think that may have got them under.
I don't know. This is all just a bunch of weird things that's happened this morning that I don't know how to think about just yet. Probably hasn't hit. It looks like they have $18 million in cap space, $19 million. And they have $27.9 million in first apron space.
Yeah. So they don't hit the tax for another $19 million, like you said, and then they're under the first apron. So
yeah, they could do something if they wanted to.
Yeah, well, but that means that they are open to, they're not restricted by any of the rules, like not being able to aggregate players and stuff like that.
Like this Hornets Timberwolves trade had to be because the Timberwolves had to match salaries.
I would assume no, because they didn't match salaries.
Yeah, they didn't. So I don't know how that worked either.
Well, because I'm pretty sure we were talking about
trade
this
exception
offline.
For Julius Randle.
Well, I'm pretty sure they just, whenever they traded Julius Randle, they got $33 million of salary off their books for the year. And that plus Nas ends up being LaMelo plus Josh Green.
Okay.
Or at least it makes it kosher for them to be able to finish the deal. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe they got out of the second apron into the first apron, and now they're back in the second apron, I believe, is what happens.
I don't know. It's also
aprons. The fact that there's a lot of NBA execs that don't understand the apron system as well, which means you have a bad system. So I think thanks, Adam Silver.
So I'm not seeing the IO deal. How many? Is this annual value?
4 for 120, 115. What was the IO deal? I'll look it up.
Yeah, you do that. So I think that would put them in the first apron for who they currently have. And then they get rid of Randall, so that knocks them back down. And then this deal would put them back into the first apron.
Yeah, so 5 for 112. It escalates from 19 million up into 25 million with a player option in 2031. Average annual salary is 22.4 million.
Okay.
Because that's what the Randall trade really did, was open up the space to sign IO, but you kept an extra, 10 million per year in theory.
So, okay. Sorry. Could you say what the annual value of IO's deal was again?
$22.4 million a year.
Okay. That puts them right over the first apron again.
Okay.
Getting rid of Nas and Julius and adding Green and Ball and IO.
Sure.
Right back into the first apron. So yeah. That's fine though. I mean, if you're them, you're fine spending the money because you're trying to win right now.
Right.
And I guess that's good for the Hornets because they have so much cap space and tax space.
Mm-hmm.
But
with no free agents on the market, that's the questionable thing.
Not this year. Now, I don't know what the rules on the exception are, if they have to use it the same year that it's generated.
You can keep it. I think it stays for a full year, so they could use it through next June.
Okay. So you'd have to use it like as soon as free agency starts. Or
right before. You could agree to a deal like the Giannis deal that's not going to go through until July 6th, essentially.
Yeah.
And still use it, I think, is how that works. But you could also use it at the deadline if Anthony Edwards were to ask out. You should go get Ant.
Yeah.
So for the Hornets, they had their best season in a long time with a really young team, with LaMelo starting to fit in with said team and like making sense with said team. That's why I'm confused. Is like, look, you kind of had something going, and like LaMelo's deal in general, in the grand scheme of things in the NBA, is kind of small for a star player. $40 million, and he had 2 more years left. I think it was going up to $45 million in the last couple of years, maybe. Yeah, 40 is going to be $40 million this year, 43 the next year, and 46 the year after that, and then his age 27 season. So I don't think it was too much. But I could be wrong. I guess I don't understand it from the Hornets perspective unless you have somebody you're trading for, whether that's I don't know where it fits in when you have a really good season and up and coming team. Who's bringing the ball up now is kind of the question. Like if you're re-signing Kobe White, that's fine, but you're kind of downgrading because you had Kobe White last year.
Can I interest you in a Fred VanVleet?
Lightly used, torn ACL Fred VanVleet.
Not anymore.
Lightly used. No,
lightly used ACL.
Not really. Like maybe.
Yeah, no, obviously not.
It's a lot cheaper, but like, and more maybe stable.
Better defender.
Sure.
Adult in the room, if you will.
Maybe. Yeah, you might need one of those. It is a pretty young team.
I feel like Khan is the adult in the room.
He might have to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
but Khan's getting rides home from Bill Simmons to his hotel. So, like, is he the adult? He can't get his own rideshare service.
Well,
or have his own driver.
He could have his own driver. How old do you think he is?
He's making $15 million or $10 million a year. He can have someone like he can hire a driver for the day in LA. Not that expensive.
Yeah. Well, I think he was. Anyway, we don't have to relitigate. I'm pretty sure he thought he was getting a ride share back to his hotel, and then
Bill was like, "I'll take you."
Yeah. So they just rode horseback together.
Yeah. I don't know. This trade's weird. Last ditch. It seems like the second to last ditch effort for the Wolves. I texted my buddy Jack, who runs 10K Takes up in Minnesota.
Jack
Leverance. 10K Takes, fun stuff. They do a lot of content just like Apollo does, just for Minnesota sports. If you're interested in them. He says, I like anything that can get us over the hump. Maybe this is it. I'm just glad Julius Randle is off my team.
Okay, sure, fair. Yeah, I feel like if you're a Minnesota fan, you like it because
it's a swing.
Yeah, the report, whether it's real or not, yesterday or the day before, that Ant has been frustrated since the Cat trade, which, I mean, why wouldn't you be now?
Right.
And it feels like there's been like fans at least have suspected that Ant would be one of the next guys to kind of shake loose.
Mm-hmm.
And that felt like kind of wishful thinking because it felt like Minnesota was still in a place where they had a lot of moves that they could make, or maybe not a lot of moves, but there was still plenty of runway. But this is setting you up to where like you either nail this move or you have to nail the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's either going to want out or just not sign an extension the next go around and leave in free agency.
Yeah, let's look.
Which I don't know. Obviously, players don't want to do that anymore. You'd rather get traded and then sign an extension. But
yeah, sign your extension and then force your way out. Essentially, that's how that works. Because free agency is dead. Yeah. So Ant is making $48.9 million this year, 52 next year, 55 the year after that, and then is an unrestricted free agent at 28 years old and 29. So maybe is this like the Anthony Davis situation, kind of, where he had multiple years term when he asked out, essentially? I don't know.
Yeah,
but he might not ask out.
That does massively increase the haul that you can
right. And that's the other thing is like maybe this is the swing, and like if Ant does end up asking out after this year at the deadline or whatever, you can get a really good haul for him, but you still have LaMelo Ball. It's like because you're gonna have to get salary back in this, so maybe you can get good players, good young players, maybe. plus draft picks to replenish what you've dished out for Rudy Gobert, now LaMelo Ball. I don't know. Seems weird for kind of both teams. I don't even know how LaMelo and Ant work together.
Oh, I think it'll be fantastic.
Okay.
Just I guess pure speculation, because I feel like we tend to, not just us, everyone tends to do this. As soon as there's a trade made, if they're like at the same position or they both like the ball in their hands or whatever, we're like,
not worried about that.
How's this gonna work? Yeah, I'm not you necessarily. How's this gonna work? Whatever. LaMelo loves to pass the ball. He's all about passing the ball.
He's a big facilitator, yeah.
Yeah, and since Ant has become one of the best 3-point shooting stars in the NBA, at least I don't know what the numbers yield that, but every time he shoots, I think it's going in.
Yeah.
I think their dynamic is going to work great, and LaMelo can shoot good enough, even though sometimes the volume makes his numbers look crazy bad. I feel like they're going to have a great little two-man game.
Maybe
like shades of some, obviously very different players from this duo, but maybe a usage share, kind of like Chris Paul and Harden.
Okay.
Where it's kind of like your turn, my turn. There are some times where they're running together, but I think these two guys actually work better together because you have one guy that's very obviously point guard minded and another guy who can play off ball, who can, put the ball on the floor pretty regularly.
Takes a little bit more pressure off of Ant, maybe.
Total.
To facilitate and create.
I think both of them, both ways. They take pressure off of each other. Now, defensively, I think that's a question. Ant, obviously, good defender, especially when he's locked in. But LaMelo, I mean, he's big. That helps. He's bigger than Mike Conley, so
and younger.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, bless his heart. This is not an anti-Mike Conley show.
He's just old.
He's just old. It's not his fault. All their time.
I do have a question. Did the Wolves just make the same mistake they made last time with Naz Reid and giving him the extension? Because they just gave Io an extension for $112 million. That feels like you could have maybe gotten a little bit less or less years and then just make this trade for LaMelo. Like you already kind of had the logjam. You didn't have a logjam before, but now you just signed a guy to be off of your bench again. Like you just replaced Naz Reid's bench minutes with Io's bench minutes.
Yeah.
In a league where you kind of need big man. It seems like you need a lot of big men to win in this league, it turns out.
And they have one. Mm-hmm. And he's only playing on one side of the floor.
And he has no bag. Like he's giving you 12 points a night. Going to play great defense. He's going to be in that DPOY conversation every year that Wemby's going to win, as long as he plays 65 games a year, essentially. I just feel like you got way thinner again at the wing position because you gave up the year before, right? And you're like, man, we need some wings. And then you just went out and got two guards that aren't wings. And then gave up your other power forward center that came off the bench. And when you were already planning on playing him at power forward, so you're going to go Naz, Gobert, Io, and Jaden McDaniels, which seems like a good starting five. Yeah, you're thin at the bench. But then the ghosts are back. The ghosts of LaMelo Ball are here. And now we're just going straight guards, and Io is going to come off the bench, and you just used that money instead of getting another wing defender. I feel like if we were going to make this swing, why wouldn't we try to go for Jaylen Brown? Because they're apparently begging for a big man in Boston, and you had Naz Reid to offer here, and you needed more wing depth. If you already signed Io, I don't know.
But he's a guard.
Yeah, but he guards wings.
That's true.
Which is kind of what you're missing. You needed another guy to guard wings with Jaden McDaniels, and you just didn't.
That's fair. But then they still have a massive point guard problem that they've had this whole time.
You got Io. You'd already signed Io.
That's one guy, though.
Yeah, but that's better than Mike Conley.
Yeah, sure. It's an upgrade, but
I don't know. I feel like you're winning and losing in this situation both ways.
I mean, every time you take a big swing and trade for someone that's going to cost this much or whatever, you're losing something.
Sure. I just meant you're losing in the sense that you didn't get another wing.
You left someone on the table.
But you got your guards, so your guard situation's great.
LaMelo also a good bit younger than JB.
Sure, yeah.
5 years
you have a
younger,
little bit more runway with it. more equal timelines, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a couple years older.
They're the same draft, right?
Year older. Yeah, they are. I think he's just barely older.
So, I don't know. Fun trade.
That is kind of crazy to think that that's the first and second pick in that draft? First and
was
third?
Wiseman's second?
Yes.
Or was LaMelo
so first,
second?
You're right. Wiseman was second. So first and third?
First and third, yeah.
That's crazy. In one draft
fun.
On one team. Yeah.
Well, don't the Knicks have like every player from that draft except for SGA? The 2018 draft now?
Maybe.
Not really. I mean, they have a lot though. It's like Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart.
Is that Cat?
No, Cat was earlier.
Yeah, see, it's all runs
all
together for
jumbo
me.
Now. But that still has like Luka and SGA in that draft as well. So
so not everyone.
They have multiple picks.
I think basketball wise, if you can turn off the part of your brain that knows that basketball requires depth, it's going to be fun. The highlights are going to be sick.
Yeah.
And I think the production is going to be sick. I think they're better.
Okay.
I think.
I don't think they're worse.
No, I should say they're better with the caveat of assuming they fill in a spot
to guard
in the offseason. Well, just a 4. I don't know. Just
a stretch 4, a 3-4 hybrid to play with McDaniels maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know what they do. I don't know even how they would do that.
I don't even know what's
currently out there.
So let's look up NBA free agents. Free agency tracker 2026.
What about Dorian Finney-Smith? Do you think maybe they would like
he's under contract? People forget.
Yeah, but
he could get one of the Giannis brothers, Thanasis or Alex, right?
Oh, well, what's Costas up to?
Not a free agent, apparently.
Not Bob.
What about Marvin Bagley? I can't see you right now, so this.
Well, no, I'm just thinking.
You know,
I had kind of forgot he existed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not nothing.
Sure.
It's not necessarily something.
No, but it's not nothing. You know,
there's a non-zero chance that he is a player in the NBA this upcoming season.
John Collins and Zach Collins, forward centers.
I do not like the Zach Collins thing. That's not really doing anything.
Ousmane Dieng.
Yeah, gosh, is he still in the league?
He's a free agent.
No, wait, I'm thinking of. Oh, that's the Thunder guy. I was thinking of Gorky Jang, the Louisville guy. I was like, there's no way he's still here.
Andre Drummond, also free agent.
Okay, now that's an
entertaining come off the bench. You know,
just
get a little depth,
rebound and shoot because he can shoot now, which is crazy.
That's so funny.
That makes it even more annoying how many centers just can't learn how to shoot.
I think my problem is that every center knows how to shoot. They just can't do it in a game because
great point.
That clip from the 2024 finals right before it started in the Mavs training facility, practice facility or whatever, it was Derek Lively, Dwight Powell, and Daniel Gafford just not missing threes.
Yeah.
Like catch and shoot threes. They're just nailing them from the corner. And I'm like, why can't y'all do that in a game? And then Derek Lively did it one time. You know, 100% 3-point per shooter in the finals. People forget. 1 of 1.
Yeah, you won't let me forget. Actually,
no, never will. So that trade. I don't know what else to talk about. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. I don't think the Wolves got worse. I don't know necessarily if they got better. That's my question.
Yeah,
LaMelo's better player than Nas, but is a different player than Nas. So it's like whatever he adds and whatever Nas is not there. What did you do to fill the hole? We'll see in free agency, which we're still several days away from, a week.
I think right now, like I said, I think they got better. I think the issue is that they turned a position of strength into a position of weakness, and then they turned a position of weakness into a much, much improved position of strength, I think.
Yeah. No.
Because now you have two solid, good to solid point guards on the team. You've got Ant. You have solid depth at guard, I think. Especially the next season when DiVincenzo comes back, if he's even close to normal.
Free agent after next year, so it won't matter.
So never mind. So why is even what if I knew
he's going to get traded to someone waived and then sign with the Knicks, so he can just be there the next year.
Sign the vet man.
Yeah.
Just to hang out with the boys.
The Seth Curry deal that they did with the Warriors.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Anyway, You got some. Oh, sorry. You got some good depth there in the backcourt. At least solid for now. Whenever you have a star and a superstar running the show, yeah, just got to figure out what they're going to do down low, especially in the West, when two of your top teams are pretty good down low, and then every other team, it feels like that's competing in the West, that's really competing, has a really good answer there.
Yeah, everyone in the West kind of has question marks except for like OKC and San Antonio right now.
No, I think OKC has question marks.
Sure. Smaller question marks than the rest of the team.
Yes. Yeah. They can make up for their question marks much easier than a lot of other teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
OKC. People forget.
Yeah, that's right. The Isaiah Joe successor.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that's the LaMelo to Minnesota Wolves talk. Giannis is a member of the Miami Heat, and they give up every player. They were like, there's no way they're giving up all of those guys.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
Literally I said, I don't think they're giving up these 3 players, and those are the only 3 players involved in the trade.
Yeah. Tyler Hero, homecoming. I'm coming home. Graphic and video for opening night. It's going to be awesome.
You know what? Good for him, man. I had one of my coworkers was like, I just feel bad for Tyler Hero. You know, he's going from Miami to Milwaukee. And I was like, I don't know if you can make me feel bad for Tyler Hero.
He's making $30-something million a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Put him next to he's not complaining about it, but maybe privately. Put him next to the athletes telling me $5 million isn't that much money.
Hand up. I do kind of feel bad for Tyler Hero. Do you know this little nugget?
Well, I don't know. You haven't said it.
His girlfriend, the mother of his child, was dating Kyle Kuzma for a long period of time before she started dating Tyler Hero. Now teammates with Kyle Kuzma.
Well, I feel like he's currently dating her, so
yeah, he is. I'm just saying, kind of.
That's fine. Yeah,
for Kuz maybe more than Hero. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I would guess in that situation. Hey, you were just the centerpiece of the Giannis trade. What does Kuzma have on you?
He was a Laker. That means something somewhere.
Yeah, famously couldn't get rid of him fast enough.
Who's the other rookie from that class, in the Kyle Kuzma class? And everyone's like, man, this guy stinks compared to Kuzma, 27th pick. Because Kuzma was averaging like 20 in summer league.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know. Saw that graphic the other day. I got a good chuckle out of it. Yeah, Giannis, Miami Heat. Shout out to Pat Riley. Swinging a contact, I don't know if it's a single or not.
Swinging a cut. The ball is in play, ladies and gentlemen.
Ball's in play, baby. I don't know what the fuck you do else with that roster, though. Because
you know what? He got his superstar. Best player that's been on their team since LeBron went back to the Cavs.
Yeah. 12 years ago.
Yeah. So I think they should feel good, because you look at the players they gave away, and it's like, what were they going to do with them anyway?
Yeah, you just became the same team, but more entertaining maybe because Giannis.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the quality of the team
is about the same.
It's like the floor of the team is probably about the same.
Yeah, the ceiling.
Because Giannis will be a big floor raiser. The ceiling is higher just because you have a mega star. Assuming health.
Sure.
And I don't even know we don't have to dig into the cap and everything and how much space they have and if they can make any more moves or whatever. Sure. But, the Miami Heat just always want to compete. And I guess now the lottery works in their favor on that end. So if you're a team that's never going to tank anyway, and the benefits of that are now gone, you might as well just go all in, I guess. I guess you don't have any picks now. So
he gave up 2026. What else did they give up?
I don't know. It was 3 first, right?
Giannis trade. What's all in it, please? And they do get Bobby Portis. People don't like to talk about it.
Honestly, so they gave up, that's good.
That's a good depth piece. They did need it. 3 first-round picks, 13th overall this past draft on Tuesday night, 2030 pick swap, and a 2033 second-round pick. That seems wrong. No, you just didn't tell me what the other first-round picks are. Can we do this, guys? First-round picks in 2031 and 2033. So you kept – what did you keep here? Your pick swap is in 2030. Okay, so you actually still have draft picks to play around with. You got 28, 29 to trade, I believe, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I think they're about where they want to be at. I still don't feel great about their roster, but it's not bad.
You can fix that.
It's not super exciting, but it's not bad right now.
Yeah. I saw someone tweet, if Giannis had teamed up with Kobe back in the day, no one would be like, oh, they're a play-in team. You know, they're not good enough to win a title. Bam scored more than Kobe. So why are we talking about them as a play-in team right now? I'm just like, I love that Bam scored 83 points.
It's so good. It's so good for the narrative.
What a night. I was at a Dallas Stars game when it was happening. It was crazy. What a time. So yeah, the Heat are they're a team, you know.
They are a team in the NBA. People forget.
Let's look at their starting five. Is it Davion Mitchell?
Do I have to?
No, because you're losing Norm Powell. That's pretty much just written in stone. Everyone's like, yeah, he's gone. So it's basically Davion Mitchell, blank space for shooting guard, Andrew Wiggins, Bam, and then Giannis. Okay. And there's Drew Smith is your starting shooting guard.
Drew Smith. Okay. So Bobby's coming off the bench.
You literally have no bench right now. You have to go sign and trade for a lot of people.
Oh, what are you talking about? They got Nikola Jovic.
Was he not in the trade?
No. Wait, was he?
I feel like everyone was in the trade.
Oh, you know what? He probably was, because there's no way they missed this.
No. So it was Hero, Ware, Jaquez, Yakachunas. So yeah.
Yakachunas. Yikes. Good Lord.
And Nate Ament was the fifth player in that trade, because
he's doing the eyebrow thing the whole time.
So bad, man.
It's so impressive. Like, how do you?
I can't do it either.
It's probably a nervous tick. I felt kind of bad for him. Everyone was making fun of him so much.
He's just a weird guy, I think, and everyone.
What's weird about him? He just does the eyebrow like he's goofy. Like,
I hate him because he went to Tennessee. So
I have a reason. Why wouldn't you? My favorite thing about Tennessee is I've been a Texas fan my whole life.
Who's the real UT?
Well, that's not an argument I even considered existed. I did no idea, not even semi on my consciousness, until I made friends who were
from
Tennessee fans or from Tennessee or whatever, and they felt like they needed to assert their dominance. I'm just like, fine.
That's fine.
Who cares?
You know,
I forget your school exists, but
there's the Battle of USC as well.
South Carolina and Southern
also
California
happens to be first before Southern California.
Yeah, well, let's just see who people think about whenever you say it randomly in the wild.
Me being from the South, I do think of Tennessee first.
That's fine.
In Alabama, but that's a proximity thing. But if you're in Texas, it's obviously
Texas. If you're in all the densely populated parts of the country and world.
But when I think USC, it is immediately Southern California. It has never once been Columbia, South Carolina. Like, it's always just been South Carolina.
Not even close. Sorry, Jadeveon Clowney.
Shout out. Is it Marcus Lattimore? See the running back?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one who's
Alshon Jeffrey,
over, right? Bro, Alshon Jeffrey, I thought he was going to be like so freaking raw.
I mean, he was Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, but I know. But I thought he was going to be like top of the league. Anyway, what were we talking about?
The Heat. I don't know.
Oh, who's going to play?
Yeah, no one. It's literally Wiggins, Bam, Giannis. That's what they have to start with, which is not bad. That's pretty good.
Well, Davion Mitchell's going to start.
And Davion Mitchell. That's a pretty good start.
Pell Larson?
I don't know. Pat Riley will do something.
Yeah, I'm sure
or he won't. Or he'll forget after he signed Giannis or traded for Giannis that he's got to fill out the rest of the roster. Who's to say?
I don't even know. Man. They do have Giannis for 2 more years. He's definitely going to sign an extension. He wouldn't have gone there if he wasn't.
He's going to make $1 billion.
Dude, he's already 31 years old.
Yeah, I don't.
And he can't finish the season. This is bleak. Is it weird to you that Andrew Wiggins is 31 years old? He's like perpetually 27 in my brain.
He's 31?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because I was thinking, I was like, he was drafted right after I graduated high school. That makes sense because he's older than us. So that's tough.
Yeah, he was. You're right.
100%. Draft day, Johnny Manziel. Remember that Drake SoundCloud song? That was a great one.
No.
Draft day. What a one. Yes, the Heat, they got a lot of work to do to fill out the rest of the roster and their starting lineup. With the Bucks side, I don't hate it. Like it helps your future more so than your present. If you did the Jaylen Brown trade, it helps your present, but not really that much. Like you're kind of the same team, if not a little bit worse. But now you have draft picks, and it saved everybody's job. The GM and everyone that works in the front office can now keep their job for 5 more years, maybe.
Yeah, Khalil Ware's nice. Tyler Hero is what he is.
Yeah,
Jaime Jaquez, interesting young player. I know people were excited about Jakakunas, or however you say his name.
Jakachunas.
So Jakachunas, maybe now that he gets to play a lot, maybe that'll be kind of exciting. I know he's going to have to compete with Kevin Porter Jr. and Ryan Rollins.
Or you can get rid of them and just start Burries.
True.
Because you got Burries and Ament in the draft.
Man,
so
I forgot they got Burries. Yeah, so
there's other moves that you could make if anyone wants or needs Tyler Hero, which reportedly is not the case.
Which apparently is nobody.
Yeah, they're all saying that their phones are ringing off the hook, for their players that they got from the Heat, and it's literally them picking up their phone and calling everyone in the Rolodex to see if anyone wants any one of the guys that they just got. Yeah. So I feel like
the Bucks are doing the old.
Guys. Everybody wants
doing the old fantasy football GMing where they're texting the group chat like, "All right, anyone want to get in on these?"
I got a lot of offers for these guys.
Sweepstakes before I accept this offer that I got. Everyone's like, "Man, it's been 3 days since he sent that. And he hasn't accepted that offer."
There hasn't been a proposed trade in the queue on the app, so
that's not how it works. So it works for us. I did manage to get a pretty solid deal.
We're talking fantasy again.
This most recent
Dynasty is fantasy draft corner
because I did this, dude. I could talk about fantasy way too long. I'm not even very good at it.
I'm not either. I have 1 championship in like 20 years of doing this shit. So
I have none. I got second 2 years in a row, and then second in our fantasy basketball championship in the same season as one of those. So I literally am just the embodiment of a Houston Rockets, Houston sports sans the Astros experience. Just cursed to be just good enough to be extremely disappointed.
Was 2007 the year the Patriots went undefeated into the Super Bowl and Tom Brady had 50 touchdowns?
I don't know.
I think it was. That was my first year playing fantasy football. Whatever year the Tom Brady 50 touchdown undefeated season happened was. Wow. I took Tom Brady, even though I hated him in fantasy. I won my very first year of fantasy football. I haven't won since.
That's a rough.
My dad was sitting there with me on Yahoo. I joined some random league.
Nice.
And I was drafting. He's like, "You pick whoever you want, man." I was like, "All right, sounds good." It's just supervising.
You're like, "Fine, I will."
And I literally won the draft, or I literally won the league, and I haven't won since. I've come runner up like 6 times, I think, since then.
You know what happened?
Won 2 basketball titles, so I'll take those.
You know what happened? You learned too much.
Went too fast.
No,
Got
you learned
too good too fast.
Yeah, no, you learned too much. You started overthinking your picks and the players and all that stuff instead of just taking the guy that's obviously awesome just right in front of you.
Yeah.
You just draft Calvin Johnson if he's there. Why are you even thinking about it? Just take him.
Yeah.
Which that's probably like the one player no one ever doubted. I don't even know why. I don't know why that's what came
to mind.
He's
coming off of ACL.
Who cares?
Wasn't he?
Or he could be coming off of amputated leg, and I would take him over half the other guys in the league that year.
Yeah, Randy Moss was there. Whatever. Bulls and not the Bulls. The Bucks and the Heat. They made a deal for Giannis. Whatever. NBA draft. Was it the most boring draft of all time? The worst draft coverage of all time?
It happened. Oh, you mean you didn't like them asking why the people sitting on the couch with them were important every single pick? How proud of you are you proud of your son? If you had to use words to describe how you feel about your son. Would it be proud? Do you feel proud of him?
Why is Carlos Boozer on the fucking couch? He already got drafted one time.
What do you mean? Why is he on the couch? What
I
kind of
understand,
question
but
is
like
that?
he already got drafted. He already had his moment. He already did his interviews. Why does he have to do another interview?
Can we talk about the third Boozer brother? Is his name is Carlos, right? Is he Junior?
No, it
Or am
was
I
a
making that
different
up? Am I thinking of a different
brothers. Carmani, Caden, and Cameron.
Caden is the other twin.
So Carmani is the older one that had sickle cell. So they were talking about
Dang,
the older brother the whole time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, growing like when he was a kid and had sickle cell anemia or whatever, and they were scared for his life and all that kind of stuff when the boys were young. It was a whole thing, and that's what they talked about after Cameron got drafted. And Lisa Salters also called Cameron Boozer Carmani twice in the interview. So
I wonder what she did her research on before.
Well, she knows they're family friends with Lisa Salters, and she called him Carmani twice in said interview where after Cameron got fucking drafted. I don't. Why are we talking to the family? Why are we not talking? I get it, but I don't, because like there's 5 minutes per pick. We didn't talk about the picks at all. We didn't talk about the basketball fit at all. Like the draft was about the stories as opposed to like the basketball portion of it, which is how it was when we were growing up. They would dissect every pick and be like, all right, he's compared to this person. Like these are his comps, and you get the Bill Simmons whoa every once in a while. And like you actually talked about the basketball portion of it, which is like why most people are probably tuning into the draft. If they're watching the NBA draft, they're caring about the basketball portion of it, maybe not the personal level. And I get that the people and all that kind of stuff, but the draft coverage, you had two different broadcasts too. You had ABC and ESPN going on. Make one the family one, and make one the basketball nerd one. I think that's how I would do it. Also, I feel like everyone on the draft panel didn't watch basketball last year except for Tim Legler, because they were all saying the most preposterous things about every single team. They were like, yeah, the Dallas Mavericks had a lot of problem with size last year. And I was like, all they had was size. They had no guards. They're like, love this pick for the Mavericks. That like,
maybe that's what they mean. Too much size.
It's like all they had was size last year. All they had was front court players. They had fucking Brandon Williams and Jaden Hardy running the show down there, and it was awful. It was abysmal. There was no guards. And they're like, they don't need any guards right now. They got Kyrie Irving coming back. I was like, who's the second guard? Like, who's the second guard on this team?
Who else is dribbling?
Who else dribbles the ball outside of Cooper Flagg, who played point guard for 12 games last year, and then Kyrie Irving? Like, what are we talking about here?
Coach who made that decision is gone.
Yeah, he's gone. But like, I want people that are like nerds about basketball. Like Mike Schmitz, he was on ESPN for a while. Now he's the GM of the Mavericks. We're losing smart people to actual teams. We need more smart people, is what I'm saying.
Hey, did you see the video of the draft room whenever they called in the Merez Johnson pick?
No, I don't. I think I looked at my phone because I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know,
it's vibes don't look great.
Really?
Besides, like looking around the table, it's not like the big like Viking Council.
Everyone does the claps table. Right after.
Yeah, everyone stands up, claps. He goes, well, it's that's usually when they announce the pick, I guess, or whenever they make the call.
Because I saw that.
So Masai's sitting at the table, and he goes, "We feel good. Everyone feel good. Yeah, we feel good. You feel good. Feel good." And then I guess, and maybe it's Schmidt. I don't know. Whoever, someone picks up the phone, calls who, and tells Silver or whoever, hey, we're picking Merez Johnson.
Okay.
Puts down the phone. They're like, all right, yeah, good. Yeah, you feel good? You feel good? It's just like, this does not feel good.
So
Masai, I don't, in fact, feel good.
I saw Masai like shaking his fists and stuff at the table and clapping and all that, and then Schmidt smiling. So that's what I saw. I didn't see this other portion.
Oh, I'm sure they're like actually excited about it. It's just the vibe in the video was just like, oh, this is kind of weird. How do you feel about this guy? I don't get it. I don't.
It's the most Masai pick of all time, and if Schmitz had any say, like I feel fine, feel safe. The problem is that I feel like we could have traded down to 12.
Oh, sure,
and gotten them. I don't think, but maybe I'm wrong because the draft was completely chalk through 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, yeah, wings are important, but I just watched a full season of no guards, and I'm just like, if something happens to Kyrie again, like we have nothing, absolutely nothing to show for it down there, and that's what I was really concerned about. But I understand not like wanting to draft a guy to put in Kyrie's place already when you still have Kyrie on the roster.
Oh, see, I feel like that's the perfect time.
I feel like you should have just done it so then that guy learns from Kyrie for 6 months or 2 years or however long Kyrie is with the Mavericks. I would have rather just taken Burries, a bigger guard that you could play with Kyrie, 6'3" and then 6'5". Like you can get away with that backcourt if you have Cooper Flag, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, like the rest of those guys on the roster. But I have no idea. So
holy cow. Sorry. I was looking up the other Michigan guys
Mara
while you were talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that Mara is like a giant, but Yaxel is 23.
He's turns
24 in 2 months.
This season. Yeah.
3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. He is like a year and a half, almost like only 2 years younger than Ant and LaMelo.
Yeah. The Michigan guys going all before 12 was interesting. I didn't see that happening. I thought Johnson would be the one that fell past the lottery to 15 or so. Figured Mara and Yaxel would get taken at that point because there was a couple of teams in there that are really good and have lottery picks because of trades, like OKC and stuff. You know, that made sense. But it also makes me concerned because we just hired the Michigan head coach and we have a Michigan player. Like I feel like I didn't like that at all.
Yeah,
but he also knows the guy's the best, so maybe I'm wrong. It's just like it's a double-edged sword. I don't know if I like it or not, but we'll see. I like wings, but I need a guard, like one guard, please, in my life.
Yeah. Okay. What was your favorite non-Mavs pick? Did you have one?
Like A-Cup to the Kings is the most like Kings thing of all time because he's going to be so good, but there's going to be nothing there. Is what it feels like. Boozer to the Grizzlies is the most Grizzlies pick. Awesome. Love that. Flemings to Atlanta is probably my favorite.
That one's pretty cool.
Just because like they needed a guard to help bring that roster together. I think they needed a big man too, but like,
does he start day one?
Do you go Flemings, Johnson, Daniels? Who else is on this Atlanta Hawks roster?
Wait, who's Daniels?
Dyson Daniels?
Oh, Dyson. All I could think about was Jaden McDaniels. I was like, that's not who it is.
Okay, yeah. So Flemings, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Jonathan Kuminga, Okongwu. And then you can bring Alexander Walker, Corey Kispert, Buddy Hield, Asa Newell, all these guys off the bench. You got Mo Gay.
I
don't know.
Kuminga is going to start in that scenario.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Wait, did you hear me say, I know I cut out for a second. I said I don't think he's going to start.
Okay, then
I would guess
you start.
I don't know. Maybe he will, and you just bring. So what I was thinking was, Fleming. Oh, man, that's too many guards. Yeah, he would have to come off the bench. That's fine because you have to start Alexander Walker and Dyson Daniels, probably as your backcourt. Right? I don't know. I don't really love the. Who else would you do? Who else is starting?
I guess Fleming. Yeah, Dyson Daniels will start at point, I guess, over Flemings.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
And then Alexander Walker, Jalen Johnson, Kuminga, Okongwu, and then your bench is Flemings.
I don't know. How much longer does Dyson Daniels have on this team?
4 years, $25 million a year.
No, I know how long his contract is. I'm saying, how long is he going to be on this team?
Well, you know who needs a guard now?
The Mavs?
Charlotte Hornets.
Sure. Poor guy.
But I don't know what they're giving up in that situation. So I like Atlanta's roster. I always do every year, and I get let down every year. But Flemings is fun for them. That was probably my favorite pick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Biggest fall. LeBron Philon Jr. fell all the way down to 22. That was interesting.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to find the actual.
I forgot the Mavs got a guard, Sergio De La Rey from Spain.
Hey, there you go.
Apparently, reportedly going to come to Dallas.
I like Dalen Swain going to. Did he go to Chicago?
Maybe.
No, I'm just saying that because he's a Texas guy.
No, he went to Portland.
Okay, see, I'm having.
No, wait,
no.
He did go to Chicago via Portland.
Yes, yeah. That one's fun-ish. Braden Burries, I mean, to the Bucks is good for the Bucks. I think he'll be solid.
Yeah, poor guy could have just if he just went to Dallas, he gets to play with Cooper Flagg. If he falls one more pick, he gets to play with Steph Curry.
Yeah, pretty tough. Poor guy.
Tough sitch.
Yeah, other than that, I don't think I know enough about these guys to really go outside of it. You already said Darius Acuff. I hate for him that he has to play on the Kings, but I like
also
that he's going to get he's going to get just immediate run just right off the bat. I think Boozer is my favorite of these top guys that went. I think him landing in Memphis is really fun. And like the way he plays, their kind of identity, and there's like this little soft reboot for them. Figure out what's going on with Ja, where he's going, or whatever. And you have an immediate replacement for Jaren Jackson Jr., who will actually rebound.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, Coward, Boozer, Edie, kind of young, and you can figure out what to do with Ja Morant.
Yeah. They're interesting.
I have one qualm with Boozer in Memphis.
Okay.
He picked number 27. 27 is his number. I don't like that.
Oh.
So
big Jose Altuve guy.
Maybe. I'm wondering if 27 is a placeholder until they trade Ja and then he can take 12.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's my one qualm. Bad number for a good guy.
Bad number. Hey, how do you feel about the Wizards and Jazz hype going into this next year?
There's a little too much for my liking.
You mean there's a little too much for the teams that just picked first and second in the draft?
Yeah, I'm kind of
true to their actual draft slot.
What's going on here? Hey guys, two teams that are picking first and second because they were the two worst teams in the NBA last season. We're expecting both of them to just make the playoffs, not the play-in. That's my issue. Is like a lot of people are saying playoffs.
With the Wizards, I will at least hear you that one, they're in the East. Two, they have two guys that basically weren't playing that will be there now.
Sure.
So there's at least two good players.
Yes.
So there's that, and I get that, and I'm assuming Devanza will have an immediate impact. And then now they have that creates a little more bench depth for them, having all these guys there. And we already talked about kind of what the lineup would be and stuff like that, I think. But the Jazz one is just kind of confusing to me.
More with the Wizards is like, I'm going to read you a list of teams that finished ahead of them, which is all of them. Which team is falling out? The Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, Raptors, Hawks. I see all of them still being in the top 10 next year. Any qualms?
No, I don't think so.
Sixers, Magic, Hornets, Heat are the next four. That's your top 10. Which of them are falling out?
Sixers, I think it depends on the health of Embiid.
Sure.
Of course, as it always does. Heat, probably not, just because of Giannis, like we said. I mean, even the Bucks were number 11.
Yeah, I feel even the Magic are fine. You get in Sweeney. I think you're going to play good enough defense. Yeah. You haven't traded anyone. Whatever.
Yeah, I think the Magic will be fine.
And the Hornets, TBD on what happens with free agency and everything, but I also see them just improving because they're a year older. And
the Hornets, I think the Hornets and Bucks are maybe their most likely chance to jump.
Right.
But even then, I think the Bucks makes a lot of sense, but that just gets them to the 11th spot. And
the problem is the Pacers were 14th.
Yeah.
And they're not going to win 19 games next year.
Right. Yeah.
And then the Bulls, like, they could be better. Caleb Wilson might add a few wins to that 31-team win. You get Nick Claxton in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to be that much better. I don't think they're going to be.
But that's a 14-win jump from the Wizards, which if Trae Young and Anthony Davis play,
Yeah, I feel like you pencil them in for that.
But then they're 12th. So that's the one thing. And then the Jazz, like, I understand it's a completely different team. We haven't seen it. But we kind of did. Like, you're just adding Jaren Jackson Jr. and Darren Peterson to the mix.
Well, I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr.
comes back.
Jaren Jackson Jr. is not nothing.
No, so. I agree. That's just the.
So your starting lineup is probably Keontae George, Darren Peterson, Lauri Markkanen, Jaren Jackson Jr., and then
Kessler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like their starting five is really good. I think the bench kind of stinks.
Yeah, because their bench would be Ace Bailey, Bryce Sensabaugh, Filipowski, Collier. Yeah.
Oof. So they have like
there's some like fine players there, but
they have one good bench player and then like players. I think that's a problem, especially in the West. It's tough. But I think the West is more accessible to get into the play-in / playoffs than the East is for the Wizards versus the Jazz.
Really?
Because the Jazz can skip the Kings, Grizzlies, potentially the Mavericks, the Pelicans, and then you have whatever happens in Golden State, Portland, LA with the Clippers and the Suns. Like from 15 to 7, I feel like we could get a little crazy.
Did you say Golden State in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think those are all the play-in teams last year were very finicky.
Yeah, I think the Blazers are pretty solidly a play-in team.
And they're adding Dame back in whatever capacity, shooting wise.
Yeah. Suns will be interesting. I think you
Suns is a weird one.
I could see them being anywhere. I think they'll be in the play-in again, honestly.
Yeah,
7 to 10 range.
They're 41 to 46 wins.
Yeah.
The Clippers, I don't know. How many games does Kawhi play? I know he's been a little bit more healthy over the last couple of years, but getting older. Yeah. Darius Garland, how many games does he play?
Yeah.
What does Wagner look like? You don't have Zubac now.
I was about to say. Yeah, he's playing down low.
And then the Warriors, we've dealt with this since the 22 title.
Hey, the Pelicans might get Jaylen Brown.
For Trey Murphy, sure. The Mavericks could be better. They should be better with Kyrie Irving and Cooper Flag just alone. And then whatever else they do, whatever. The Grizzlies, I feel like, are going to be better with Cam Boozer. Like, it's another 5 wins. They're at 30. Kings, probably better. But I think the Jazz would be better out of those bottom 5 teams and have potential to jump into the West play-in more than I think the Wizards have the real potential to get into the East play-in.
Yeah.
Depending on, like, if everyone's healthy. That's my thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw this name.
No.
What do you think about the Nets adding another point guard? That's 5 point guards they've drafted in the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, this guy, Michael Brown, he might be the best of the point guards they've drafted in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I was very curious what the Clippers were going to do with the draft, right? With their 5th pick, and they went Wagner, which was what everybody kind of said they were going to do. And then the draft really started after that. And they took Mikal Brown. And I was like, for what? I guess, like, if you take Acuff in that situation, you have 3 guys now with Julius Randle, Michael Porter Jr., and Acuff that want to shoot the ball every time they go down the court. So maybe that didn't work.
Sure.
But yeah, Mikal Brown Jr. also has all these back problems and everything. No one knows if he's going to be super healthy. No one knows if he's healthy right now. It's strange. And when he took 5 point guards last year and take another one this year, I feel like we've missed the mark.
And you're upset because you wanted Mikal Brown?
I liked him before the draft, and then after I kind of just settled on Burries, and then we took Johnson. Yeah. So
Braden Burries threes. I've always said that since we filled out that bracket. Sure. I've been a huge fan of his.
He was fun
ever since then.
So yeah, the Nets, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but hey, all power to them.
Yeah.
Because they don't have their pick next year. So what were you doing?
That's right, baby. I do.
Yeah.
I'm excited to pick
Julius Randle going to shoot him into the 9th pick next year.
Honestly, good. Apparently that makes my odds better.
Yeah, you're just going to settle at 9. I'm very curious about the lottery next year. It's going to be very fun.
Yeah. I think it will be fun. It'll be more chaotic. The fact that, I mean, Silver keeps reiterating that the whole league was behind it. I'm like, whatever, fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess you guys know more than I do, and whatever. Sure.
Yeah, I guess it makes the league more competitive, which I'm excited about because, like, now we're not going to see what the Jazz did last year and just, like, blatantly sit Markkanen for a month and a half.
Last year?
Well, over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
4 years. I don't know how long it's been. But, like, Markkanen literally sat for a month and a half. He was on my fantasy team, and every time he'd come in, he'd score 50 points. Fantasy points, and then he just would be gone for a month. I was like, he's not hurt, guys. Yeah. He's just not. I know he's not. And then Jaren Jackson Jr. coming in and then miraculously having a season-ending surgery right after he gets there, like when he was playing right before he got traded. Whatever. Fuck that. Like, we're not going to have that next year.
That's fine. Yeah, I hate that.
we're not going to have 10 tanking teams. We're going to have 2 to 4 tanking teams. And that's what I'm excited about.
And that's why I was more in favor of the rules, like you can't pick in the top 5 consecutive years and stuff like that. I like that more than just this complete flattening of the odds. But, like I said, it is what it is. Like, it'll fix those things that you're talking about. My team has tanked once, and it didn't even go ideally. So,
my team didn't tank and got the number 1 overall pick. That was cool.
I wonder if that was Silver's way of subtly rewarding.
Very much so. What happened?
He was getting ahead of it.
It might have been the last.
That's why the
Spurs for a while.
The Spurs did tank the end of the season,
right?
Because they didn't really tank. Wemby had a blood clot and couldn't play.
Yes. And then sat Fox after like.
That's true.
Of having him, yeah,
that's true. They're like, oh, remember that finger he injured 4 years ago? Actually, he hasn't found it yet.
Yeah.
We're still
not
looking
that Fox.
For it.
I mean, he was on Sacramento for years and years and years, and never really won anything too. So, like, not saying that Fox would have won them 20 more games,
but would have won them some regular season games,
at least 4 of them.
And then they got Dylan Harper, of course,
and Stephon Castle. Yeah, like that would have never happened again. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a different league. But the problem is with this new era, I'd like to put like an 8-year mandatory, try it out for like, if you're going to change the rules, it's got to last for 8 years, because this one was only 3 years. That. And then they have the right to change it again after 3 years. So that is what I'm like. Are we sure?
Yeah,
like,
let's not just.
Are we this sure about it? If we're only sure about it for 3 years, maybe we don't do it.
Yeah, I don't like the snap.
Yeah,
but if it goes horribly, then I feel great about being able to change it.
Right, then it's great. But you also just don't get like a reference of like, okay, yeah, this went really bad or this went really well.
That's true.
You only have 3 years, small sample size.
Yeah, I mean, even this year, like,
this is the first time that we've had like the bad teams like actually get the number 1 overall pick for a long time.
I was about to say the Rockets had the worst record in league history over a 3-year span. It didn't get the first overall pick one time.
Yeah. This is the first time in a very long time, I feel like, since because the Knicks had the worst record in 17 wins or whatever in 2019, and they got the 3rd pick.
Yep.
If you're going to rig it, you would rig it for this team.
Yeah.
You would think. And after seeing what they did after the finals and how much money they've spent and how many viewers they got in the finals, like, you would think he would try to rig it for that team, but no, instead you force Luka Doncic to LA, and it seems like he's already unhappy there. Rumors are swirling, buddy.
Oh, I'm sure they are. They always are.
Project 2028 coming home.
The rumor sharks swirling around, causing discord. And every team, as soon as Giannis is gone, it's time to start plucking away.
I'm sure we'll be back to talk about Alperen Şengün for Jaylen Brown swap in 3 days.
Fine, whatever. Fine. I don't care anymore.
I have no idea where Jaylen Brown is going, but whatever. It'll be fun. You got anything else?
Nah, dude. Let's get out of here.
All right. That'll do it for the Apollo NBA Show. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already on our YouTube channel at Apollo NBA Show. Follow us on social media at Apollo NBA or Apollo NBA Show. You can hit the subscribe button, follow button on audio podcast platforms like Apple, Spotify. We got video on Spotify as well. Follow us there, and we'll be back maybe on Sunday. Maybe we will take a Sunday off. I don't know. We'll TBD on when the next episode is. Maybe we do a little free agency preview, or we just come back right after free agency night 1, see what happens. That'll do it for the Apollo NBA Show.